So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Elliott. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 13-yard line.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hey, here we go. Wide 80. Then we're going to 53. Whip. Watch the whip.
Here's Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Cowboys 7, Ravens nothing.
Looking to throw, Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The kick by Marr is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. There's rush coming, and he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. It's complete to Snead. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Jackson now. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Elliott right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. On 3rd down, Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They end up getting stuck twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. Now Prescott on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Jalen Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now it's Jackson, and that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, it's Elliott. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, 47.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Prescott out to his left. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. 10-0 our score.
Let's go. Let's do this. There we go.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you don't
want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the 1st half, this is just complete domination. And all the way down to the 29. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 29-yard line. Ingram again, a 1st down carry. They find some open field. There goes Mark Ingram. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram, 29 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7.
Makes the score Cowboys 17, Ravens 7. Justin Tucker to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Uses the spin. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says,
and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. After the sack, here's second and 11. Throwing, Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
In your face.
On third down, Jackson. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Completes it to Jason Witten. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one.
Hey, let's go. 48 right now. Let's go. 65, 65, 65. 26.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Oh, Prescott stripped.
Recovered by the offense.
Final play of the half. Prescott flush to his right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to stuff.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Does that happen to you? Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. To throw is Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
First and 10 at the 45-yard.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Again, they'll run with Ingram. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on third down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Throwing is Jackson. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impressive. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Malik Collins gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, and that going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away. So on fourth down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that will close the gap down to 14. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive. But they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Elliott. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott escaping the pressure right. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Patrick Owasor showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Here we go.
Now Prescott. That's complete to Cobb. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
It's a gain of 11. And it's third down.
Third and short yardage. Prescott has got his target. It's Cobb. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 45-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Patrick Owasor up to make the tackle. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Prescott to throw on 4th. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. Prescott now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Elliott. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Elliott, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a loss of a yard. And it's third down.
To throw is Prescott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. They had the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, right? A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled.
There goes Mark Ingram. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens get a bit closer. He just bumped up his personal stats with a second score, but they still have some ground to make up.
Not terrific for today because of what you just said. They're still down on the scoreboard. But later in the year, when he piles it all up and starts to think about contract time, that's a pretty good deal for him. And I know darn well that you've got him in fantasy football, don't you?
I don't. You always think I
always think
I just appreciate that you think I'm smart enough to have him in fantasy.
Well, you are.
Thanks. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
46.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott being chased out left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
47. Here we go. 26.
Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on this.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack by Robert Quinn. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. It's a give to the right. Ingram. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Dancing to his left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation. They're running. Ingram. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Buying time to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
To throw on 3rd down, Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now, the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Well, Prescott here to throw. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Hey, alert 48.
3rd and long for Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Kill. Here we go. Watch 36. 36 to Mike.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Mike,
out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Hey, kill. 47. Off.
you ain't
26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Throwing here, Prescott eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
5 yards on the play.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
check curls.
Now Prescott. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, Oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
Everybody.